Hi.
Is that smoke?
It's just water.
Oh, okay.
Hot water.
Cool.
All right.
I got some pizza if you want any.
Okay, thanks.
Sucker, you still don't know? Man, go ask your daddy.
So, today I'm going to take a little bit of time, clean some things up, clean up the tins. They're all aluminum, but I still call them tins. Just going to, like I say, get some of this stuff organized. I'm just going to go ahead and use this super clean since these are aluminum. Of course, these are metal, but I'm going to clean these up and rinse them real good and get them cleaned up. So here we go. All right, so we're getting there. It's tedious, but necessary. I mean, I guess you could leave them, put them back together, knocking the big stuff off, but I just hate handling greasy parts, and then your tools get greasy and everything. Just makes assembly a lot easier. And plus, my son's not here today, so I can do this on my own. So, well, took me about hour. Got all this cleaned up real nice. A little bit of effort, but yeah, I think you can remember that. So, windage tray and the oil pan. I don't know if I'm going to end up cutting that pan and TIG welding it because it's kind of deep. I'd have to cut the pickup tube as well. I've seen guys do it, but I'm kind of looking at putting together the build, and that might be one of the ways I save money. Holly's got a pan between, I think, $350 and $400. There you go. Oh, and I use that super clean. Basically just got this from AutoZone. They had it on sale, buy one, get one. So I got two of them, went through one whole bottle. But anyways, tins are all clean. All right, so I'm gonna finish taking apart the bottom end today to re-gap the rings. But I couldn't find my little striker tool, so I just marked them really big with a black magic marker. Marks a lot, and then I'll end up getting my strikers. I don't know where they went. I probably loaned them to someone and never got them back. But anyways, I'm gonna get started on this right now. All right. All right, let's see what we're dealing with here. Ooh. Come on, baby. Let go. All right. Let's get a little better look at that. Not too bad. All right. So this is a I believe a Gen 4 motor is what they call it. Gen 3 or Gen 4, I'm pretty sure it's Gen 4, but these are with the thicker, little bit more thicker H-beam rods, a little more beefy. But yeah, so this is, it's a little gummed up. Should move a little bit better than that, but if you see here on the piston skirt, there's a coating there. It's worn, but there's still, oh yeah, there's still quite a bit of coating left on there. Quite a bit. Oh yeah, she's a cream puff. She's a cream puff. Rings are a little gunky. Little bit of garbage in there, but not too bad. Some of these things people pull out, they are just caked. But we'll get these cleaned up. One of the other things I'll show you is these are crack rods where they literally cast them as a complete piece. They cast them as a complete piece and then they literally crack them off. They take the piece and crack it off. So they're crack caps. They only fit one way. So if you put them on this way, they go back to almost as cast. If you were to put it on the other way, you see, it just doesn't mirror up. So, a little hard to screw that up, but nonetheless, it would probably be catastrophic. Anyways, all right, well, I'm gonna get busting out on these. All right. Oh, that's not good. Huh. Did you guys catch that? Okay, and I didn't do that because the end of that thing is disgusting. Right. At least I don't think I just did it. Hold on. That is not what I wanted to see. Yeah, there's a chunk missing out of there. That ain't good. Let's see what we're looking at with the cylinder wall. I didn't notice anything when I was putting it up and down. That is not what I wanted to see. I did not find any pieces of ring in the oil pan when I cleaned it out. There's no scoring. What in the Sam Hill? Man, I don't think I did that. That is not... It is not shiny on the end. When you crack that, well, no. It's been floating around in oil for a while. And it doesn't line up. And there's a piece missing. Okay, maybe that does line up there. That's quite a... No, we're missing another chunk. Let me look and see if I lost it here on the floor. That is not what we wanted to see. Get down here in a little tray. That is bizarre. Well, looks like all the parts that we're going to order, we're going to add a ring kit to it. Let me get a light on there. Show you guys that cylinder. I don't think we're dealing with any type of catastrophe here from what I can see. The only thing that concerns me is that I cannot find the other piece of that ring, because clearly there's a piece missing. It has me somewhat concerned. If it was all together, let's look down in there. Yeah, so I'm not super concerned at this point. What's that? That's some of the crosshatch. I tell you what, there are some different marks in this one here than there are in the other ones I'm looking at. Now the rings spin. They just kind of spin as the piston's going up and down, which I'm sure you guys know. Here, I'll bring this up. You can kind of see those lines going up and down. You don't see them here. Don't see them here. You can still see the crosshatch. That cylinder wall just seems a little more just chattery. Oh, sorry. That cylinder wall seems just like chattered. I don't see any major scoring in there. You can kind of see some, I just want to find the other piece of that ring. That is a is a big faux show. Man, if there is not a piece of ring floating around, it's not all scored. Man, the only thing I could, okay, yeah. If you look in there, there's a big gap in between. There's some crud in there. I'm beginning to wonder, I'm beginning to wonder if that wasn't put back together broken. Because, man, if I just broke it, I sure don't know when I did it. I may have. I mean, anything's possible. I sure didn't feel it break. I didn't hear it. I just felt those pieces slide out of the side of that piston. Okay, that's not broken. This is broken, this is broken, and this is broken. These two look to fit right here. That leaves us another little chunk that's missing over here. I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm wondering. Yeah, because that's clearly broken. I'm a big dumb animal, folks, but I don't think I did that. I don't think I broke that. There's no piece on the ground here in my little tray. I've got a tray under here, but I catch everything with. Got a little bit of old rags in there and whatnot. Well, that's not what we wanted to find. We'll clean up number 8 as well, just for comparison's sake. Man, and the cylinder walls I'd almost feel better if I broke it, for sure. Again, I'm not sitting here saying that I didn't, but man, I was gentle with that. I don't know. All right, well, that sucks. All right, guys. Been poking around here, that number 6 ring, and I think I feel a little bit better about it. So here, these are small pieces, but I'm gonna try and show you the best I can. All right, so I kind of started looking at these edges of these rings real quick. Okay, I'm gonna give that some time to focus. Can you see all, or even just look down? Can you see all of that buildup? See all that carbon buildup on the ring? And I'm talking on the outside of the ring. Now, if you look at this, this is number 1. If you look at this, look at how shiny the edges of those rings are, right? There's a little crud on them, but for the most part, they're shiny. You can kind of see them gleaming. See that? And again, bring these guys up here. Again, I got 2 pieces here, so I'll kind of try and hold them so you could see both pieces. I don't know. And you kind of see all of the carbon on the outside of that ring, the discoloration. I looked high and low through that engine when I was cleaning everything up. The oil pan, so on and so forth. The edges of these guys are not clean breaks either. They're just all worn and disgusting too. The inside of the ring, the outside of the ring. I don't know when that would have happened. My glove got stuck. I don't know when that would have happened, but I can tell you that these rings have been bouncing around in there like that for a while. I mean, that is just... The edge of this one here has a little shine to it. So that's probably the end that was not broken. And these guys were probably attached this way. There's your dot. Yeah, so there's your dot. So maybe they fit like this. Yeah, that seems to be where they fit. So this was making no compression. I've got 1 or 2 guesses, really. Someone was in there before and broke a ring and put it back broken. But I will show you another thing that I did notice in here. Here, I'll show you. Number 6 hole. I don't know if you can get in there. On this edge right here, try not to get in the light. Right here. I don't know if you can see that. There's just little chatter marks. Can you see that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Look at that. Look at it. But yeah, so... Man, I don't know. I don't know. But the good news is that there's no... That is the only carnage. That's the only thing, is the broken ring. There's not scored cylinder walls outside of that little bit of chatter at the bottom of 6. There's nothing. So I don't know what to say. But anyways, I think catastrophe was avoided. But wow, who would have thunk it? All right. One last thing in my little detective work here. All right, so this was on the rear of the engine. This was the front. Kind of tried to configure these cylinder heads, kind of how they would sit. Get this light out of there. All right. So I've got these cylinder heads set up to take a look at them. I've got these cylinder heads set up to take a look at them, kind of how they were sitting on the engine. Okay, here's the rear, here's the front. So this is 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. So look at that. First of all, look at all these guys here. Pretty clean, not real big carbon buildup. Okay. So this is 8. Here's 6. Look at that. Would you look at that? Look at that. Can't stop saying it. But anyways, this one is the only one of the 8 that's got any significant carbon buildup on the intake valve. So that tells me that I don't know how that would have broken and the piece not been in there or somewhere in the engine or fallen out. I don't know how it would have wedged itself out of there in the cylinder. And if it would have done that, there would have been a total mess either on the cylinder walls or, you know, the head. Nothing. Just this here. Just that carbon. So I'm going to chalk it up to somebody put a broken ring in there at some point. And I'm going to have to at least put one new ring in there. I may put all brand new rings in there. But anyways, there's kind of there's the rest of the story. So